Okay team, pay attention to this whether you're training with me or not. I'm going to go over the perfect warm-up routine and the system we're going to follow here at Tailored Training for the first at least 6 months of this year until it gets looked at again. So you'll see on the wall, I've got this here, the perfect warm-up routine. So it has 6 phases. Each of these that you'll go through for each time you warm up. There'll be some that you'll do every time. There'll be some that you do for different workouts depending on what exercise you're doing. So let's get to step 1. So step 1 will be foam roll, stretch, and this is based on how your body feels. So if there's tightness, then if there's tightness in your hamstrings, then you'll need to stretch and roll out your hamstrings. And if there's issues that we know are going to come up in the workout, then we focus on those and make sure we do them every time. That will be in your workout. There'll be a general overview of your specific exercises in your workout, but some of this part or all of the whole warm-up will be intuitive and based on how you're feeling that day. Step 2, mobilize joints. So increasing the range of motion of your joints, so to allow yourself to perform the exercises better. So the best example of that will be to stretch your hamstrings, do a hip flexor stretch and get your hips mobile enough so that you can squat without pain and squat really easily. Number 3, what does it say? Activate stabilizer muscles. So there are muscles which are smaller than the big muscles that you're working to build, that you want to strengthen and grow or whatever else. There are muscles that are smaller than that which play a critical role in performing the movements well and preventing injury. So we want to make sure that they're working well so that we've got so that 1, your movement pattern's correct, and 2, the recruitment pattern is correct for each movement. So that means when you're, say, doing a squat again, we're not heavily relying on your quads to do the work. You've got your glutes engaging on the way down and your core or your glutes re-engaging on the way up. So in that case, we would do something like the clamshells or things to start working on those little tight little muscles, tiny little muscles to help improve the recruitment and the movement patterns. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, full body warm up. This is where we start to move the body fully, get the core body temperature up, and loosen the body up more, start to bring a sweat on and start to get the heart rate up. So one of the functions of the full body warm-up is to make sure that the warm-up that you've done has been effective, that you are somewhat more ready to exercise. So we do a warm-up which might include a squat, it might include a lunge, it'll definitely include things like inchworms, those things that increase your mobility in your hamstrings and the muscles that you're going to use. And if you've trained with me before, then you'll know what I'm talking about. If you haven't yet, then stick with the squat and maybe a barbell overhead press. And then number 6 of the warm-up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Did I say 6? 5. Number 5 is the specific warm-up drills. So say we're getting ready to do a deadlift, then we would practice the movement pattern with a light weight. So it's starting to resemble what you're about to do in the workout. And I've always allowed 12 minutes for this. In some cases it takes less. Some people don't need to do very much of this. Some people don't need to do very much of these two, and that's fine. We don't make people do mobility just for the sake of it. If you're already mobile, then we get straight into it. So if there's any questions about the warm-up, just shout out, comment below. If you want me to specify anything, shout out as well.